Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. Today is January 18th, 2017, and it's a Wednesday, hump week. I woke up maybe an hour ago. Right now it's 5:01 a.m., and I've been awake now for, as I said, an hour, and I can't really go to sleep, but my mind has been busy regarding the upcoming inauguration of Donald Trump. Yes, he's very controversial, and I did explain in earlier videos that I do support Donald Trump. I want to give him a chance. He's not the first he's not the first president of the United States. You had tons of elections, and some you like, some you don't like, but you just whoever who's in, you support them, you don't have to like them. But this is the first time in my history of voting that this hostility regarding Trump. Yes, he's controversial. He's been in the public eye for many years. We all know him. He's brash. What you see is what you get. But I'm concerned about some of the blacks who are anti-Trump because of certain statements he made. But he never specifically said a statement against black people. I've never even heard him say things against homosexuals. But what I want to talk about is hypocrisy. That I guess with this new inauguration, like some people were, want to threaten him and to prevent the inauguration. Now, if this was Obama, you would have called what's happening to Trump, if he were Obama, racist, bigots. But here, he hasn't done anyone specific wrong. He has said things that are brash, but to threaten somebody's life, I think that's where the country's wrong. You don't threaten somebody's life because they said things that were harsh. If he does, if he's a murderer, then he's then you'll be in jail, right? But for someone to speak things that you don't like and then to threaten somebody's life, I'm against that. And I was surprised and angry at some of the blacks that are in government who are going to boycott the inauguration. Now, why? Why, black folk, are you going to do that and try to boycott or not show up for the inauguration? You have to support your leaders, okay? Because if people did that to Obama, his first election in particular, you would have called all those people racist. But it seems to be in the black community that you can be racist, that you can say anything against any white person if you don't like them, if you don't like the way they dress, or you don't like how the music, or you don't like whatever. Anything, and you get away with it. And I'm thinking, hey, it's not right. If it's not right, it's not right. You don't have to love Donald Trump, but respect that is the next coming president of the United States. Just like Obama, you wanted people to love Obama, remember? But it's like, you can, no one can touch you. But everything you do to people, people could do to you. People could do to me. I look the way I look. And I wouldn't want people to do harm to me because of my so-called race. I'm just upset. And when I heard it was a black person, I think it was a black woman, who's in government, she's a congressperson, And when she said that she doesn't, it's not an legitimate, he's not legitimate to be, something like that, was that word she said, I think. I was like, what? He won fair and square. He won the popular vote and he won the electoral votes. You know, and it's staggering. But with Obama, he doesn't have an authentic birth certificate. And you're talking about legitimacy? Everything about Obama was illegitimate, in my opinion. But I supported him. I only voted for him the first time around, not the second. But I gave him a chance. And it turns out a couple months ago that it turns out that the documents to prove his being a U.S. citizen, that it's not authentic. So you talk about legitimacy, but we still took Obama in. And then what did Obama do? He didn't do anything for us. And then at the Black Caucus meeting that was a couple of months ago, in essence, he threatened Black people who were in that audience and anyone who's watching the video that if you don't vote, he didn't say that if you don't vote for Hillary, he just said if you don't vote, that you're hurting his legacy. Okay, now it's known that Obama backed Hillary Clinton, and that that he campaigned for her. So it's obvious who he wants you to vote for. Okay, he's not running for a third term. He's referring to Hillary Rodham Clinton. He wanted you to vote for a criminal against America. What she did with the emails, sending all these documents that hurt U.S. government. And then about Danny Williams, her alleged stepson. But we forget about that. We all want to forget about that, and we want to create in our head an illusion. I think a lot of Black Americans have Stockholm syndrome, that we don't realize that the people who we back are criminals, criminal mentality, are sexual deviants, or married to sexual deviants. Okay? But we embrace them. We embrace every riffraff in our neighborhood. That's why a lot of people don't want to live around Black people, Black American people in particular, because of our lifestyle choices, that we let any riffraff in our communities. We don't take control over our school systems or accountability of people that we vote for, such as Obama. When the Clintons were in office, they as a couple had passed legislation that directly affected the Black community. That I forget that law that was passed, but it enabled the arrest of Black men in particular. And that about the welfare, that those laws would change, that help separate families, and that directly affected Black people. But you love the Clintons and you embrace the Clintons, and yet former President Bill Clinton had a very serious past against women. But you embrace him. And then you even had the audacity to call him the first Black president. I felt ashamed when you say things like that. It's stupid. So now in 2 more days, we're to get a new president. And here you have Black people going to boycott. Some Black leaders want to boycott the election. And I'm just appalled. You're putting yourself at a vulnerability spot. I just can't figure you guys out. And it's like you have this love affair for evil, that you embrace evil, and then you shun away those people who really and truly represent you. I am concerned about where our country is going. And yes, a few things that Mr. Trump has said, I did not agree with his style. But everybody's thinking, hey, we have a lot of people who are coming in, and our country is at a vulnerable spot because of this terrorism that's happening worldwide, violence and bombings and things like that. We got to protect our nation. And just because someone says that they want to put a wall up, things like that, don't take it so personal against you, Black people. Because that border you also live within that border, and it's protecting you and your family. How many Black homes, whether you live in an apartment building or house, how many of us people have locks on our doors, sometimes more than one lock? You put your locks on your door and your windows because you don't want someone to crawl in and hurt your family. So the same as a nation, you have to protect yourself as a nation, not just the southern borders. I'm saying all our borders. People who fly in from the East Coast, West Coast, the water, you have to have a protection, because anyone could fly into a country, or even north of from our Canada border. All our borders, you have to be careful, because the times are such that things are happening. So just because someone says something doesn't mean you don't take it so personal. Okay? I was watching this, well, I didn't watch it yet, but I heard about the case. It's a new YouTuber that I've been listening to for maybe a month and a half. And I didn't watch the video yet, but it's the Tree of Logic. And I recognize these photos here. The on top, I know it has a lot of glare in it. Let me see if I can put it back. Yeah, okay. See the top one? It has 4 people, 4 Blacks, 2 men, 2 women, and then to the far opposite end that you see in a corner, this is a white fellow, and he's mentally retarded, and these I'm going to call it as it is. These 4 people, these 4 Black kids, well, adults, they're adults, are savages. These are Black savages. And if they were white, they would have been white savages. But these are Black savages. I call it as it is. Trump calls it as it is, and so I'm going to call it as it is too. We let people like these are the 4 people who kidnapped, bound, beat up, terrorized a young man who's mentally retarded. Okay, call it as it is. Don't say he's special needs. Poor people have special needs. Well, poor people are poor. Call it as it is. You don't have money, you're poor. You have one leg, you're physical handicap. Or you meant to be specific. Black people you don't like to be specific. Be specific what your issue is. If someone's a bigot, say, I think this person's a bigot, or I think this person is this or that. Be specific with terminology. But these 4 people did this to this man. 4 against 1. These are cowards. So I call it as is. They are cowards. And they're savages, regardless of their race. I said it. Oh, you're not supposed to say the word savage. But you notice? Black people like to call them the N-word. Right? We embrace those words that white people call us, but we're sensitive about the term savage. I remember growing up in books, with textbooks, they sometimes the former slaves were called savages. Isn't it horrible? They weren't savages. But these four people, what I told you about, these four kids are savages, are criminal. And we let people like this in our communities. Well, you got to get them out of your communities. But I remember black people love weirdos in their communities. We like the sexual deviants in our neighborhoods, in our schools, and so we have the lowest averages in schools. We have the lowest everything because we let people like these thugs. Okay, so you like the word thugs. Okay, so I call you thugs. We love thugs and we love violence. And that's why our communities are the worst. There are people from all over the world and they come in and they do better than us because they take care of their community. They watch over their neighbors. They watch over their women. They don't abuse them. They respect their own. We don't respect our own. And that's why we said that Bill Clinton's the first president, because we don't respect ourselves. You're going to want to unify with the Clintons of being what they are, deviants, Pizzagate, the email gate, whatever. We have to stop being selective and really start thinking, okay? Just in 2 more days, we're going to have the inauguration. And you have people who want to boycott. But remember, after all the boycotting, you're left by yourself in your own neighborhood, and you didn't learn about what you should have learned about Obama. That you weren't selective again who crawled into your church or into your neighborhood, and they disguised themselves as, community activists. That was the ploy that he used to get in your community. And not just him. This other person, going by the name of Sean, the same YouTuber. Okay, I watched this one here. Sean King. Oops. That one I watched. It was hard for me to watch, but I did watch it. It's about they said he's a co-founder of Black Lives Matter, or at least he's in that organization. And he's been saying things that he's been, he was caught in lies, or at least inconsistencies in his stories. Both of his parents are classified as white, and he's classified as white. He grew up as a white kid in the suburbs, white suburbs, but somehow he changed his looks and he started sporting black hairstyles and music, persona, and he took on a scholarship to go to a black, have it all paid by Oprah, and to go to a historically black college. And now he's in this organization, Black Lives Matter. And he's been found to be inconsistent in stories, that it doesn't add up, or in short, that he's lying, okay? Now, isn't this story with this guy, Sean King, similar to another character that came in our community, Dolenzal? Remember Dolenzal? She was someone that creeped into our community and started working for the NAACP president in Washington, the state of Washington, Dolenzal. And then she was caught in many lies also, and started putting stuff in her own mailbox, and then said someone else put it in, and that they were terrorizing her family. and she was the one that was doing it. So what I'm saying is, okay, you have this Sean King, who what they call is race baiting, instigating and making black people, oh, you're out to get me, And then this Dolenzel that came out 1 or 2 years ago, who is a white person, uh, but pretending to, be a member of the black community and saying lies. So these two people are lying and getting black people in trouble, make you look like the boy who cried wolf. These are dangerous. You have outsiders coming into your neighborhood who are causing havoc. You have to monitor your home. You're so busy with people like Trump saying, hey, put a wall up and get the riffraff out. And then you're stopping him and going to boycott his election. And after all this is said and done, your own neighborhoods is vulnerable to attack. It already has been attacked. You're through if you don't get your act together. You're through. You're getting leaders. You got leaders who are in church who are pedophiles. You don't care. You don't love yourself. Start loving yourself. Stop being so preoccupied with other races, about Mexicans or all these other people. You have to start focusing on you. Get the riffraff out. Get the drug dealers out. Have high standards. Stop having religion. Religion is killing you. Stop with religion and go within to spirituality and be transformed by the renewing of your mind, your rational mind. You need to start thinking rationally and with intelligence and start feeding your mind with positive things, positive people, and be real about yourself and the conditions of your home. The era of racism against the black community, it's dead now. You can't cry wolf anymore. You have those 4 kids who committed acts of violence and terrorism against a mentally retarded man. So you're a coward and you support cowards. Those people who are boycotting Trump, but they're not boycotting the parents of those kids. And when everything's said and done, who is in the prison? Who? But your children. But that's okay because you love Obama. He's through Obama. And I hope he doesn't weasel in our community. I hope he goes to Hawaii or something. Not in my neighborhood. Don't have him go in your neighborhood and do, organizing. He's a user. Okay? He's a good-looking fellow. But see, you're so fixated on looks and not substance. Go beyond race. There's no such thing as race, really. It isn't. But they want you to make it think it's real. No, you can transform you and your community. Start within, work together, and work within if you want to go to church, make sure your church works for you and clean out the riffraff. Clean them out. Clean it out. You got to, or they're going to put you through the drain. You're going to be removed. You can do it. Stop the illusion and start being real. I know I'm rambling right now. Let me stop. So, I don't say this just to be harsh, but I say this I want you to elevate yourself, and I want to elevate myself and go on the next higher level. Stop cleaning up your community. Stop hiding behind these activists who say things that you want to hear because they're lying to you. Come on. So yes, feel free to comment below. Share this video with friends, family members. Subscribe to Spirit Journey if you like, and to give me the thumbs up. Take care. Bye-bye.